So you want a pond, you want a waterfall, you want a bog filter. What in the world connects those three? You need a water pump. So let me show you some of my research and what I ended up choosing in this video. Welcome to the Natural Swimming Pond at United Range. Okay, so there is many different pond pumps out there for sale. A lot of things to think about, but one of the first things you're gonna wanna think about for your pond is the placement and location of where your pump will be located. First of all, I got my bog filter over there above the waterfall, and you want to get the water that is furthest away from the bog filter. Suck that up and then bring that to your bog filter. So you want to place your pond pump the furthest away from your bog filter as you can. Again, you're going to want to have this near electricity. So whether you run this off solar or you have an electric outlet nearby, I had to run electricity all the way out here, and I have an outlet GFCI protected right here to run this pump. So the pump I have is a 7,000 gallon per hour Max Pro Legend water pump. It's a energy efficient, it's a low RPM water pump, and I really liked it. I was looking for high energy efficiency and a good warranty. I think it has a 3-year warranty. So those are a lot of things I was looking for in my research for the pump. And another thing is you got to calculate how much GPH you're gonna want, so gallons per hour you want. So you're gonna need to calculate the volume of water that's in your main pond, and then you're gonna wanna turn that over every 1 to 2 hours. So mine, I have about circulating about every 3 hours, it's circulating that volume of the pond water. So that's how you're gonna calculate how many gallons per hour pond pump you're gonna need. Another thing is so placement. How are you gonna cover this? Okay, so right here is my hidden pond pump, okay? So this is furthest away from the bog, near power, and I have it covered. So you're gonna wanna cover it from the rain, from the elements, right? From the hot sun, from the rain, but you're gonna want it to breathe, so have breathability, if that's a word. So I cover it, this has, and you wanna have it preferably on a slant. You don't want this in a little ditch, so all the rainwater will come and submerge your pond pump, right? So this is at an angle, so the rainwater can go down the hill. And I have this fake rock on it. I bought this at Home Depot. I kind of sprayed it a little more to blend in with the natural brown type of rock I have from the earth that I have surrounding it. So anyways, this is just placed here. So I have these rocks that I'll just, if I just loosen this, and I just have those rocks placed to kind of blend in this edge, right? Because you got that fake edge right there that looks really bad if you just have it placed on, you know, whatever. So I blend it in with regular natural looking rocks. So this is what houses my pump. So if you come over here, okay, so right here is the water pump. I built a pressure treated wood structure for it to sit on. I bolted it down on the 4 bolts, and this wood is on some gravel rock, so it just doesn't rot in the muddy dirt. And again, this is at a decline, so it's not clogging this rainwater here. So right here, under this flap, I have this flap. Again, this is just from leftover of my pond liner. This is just to protect it from the rocks. Just for extra safety, I had that laying around, so might as well use it. This is my inlet. This goes underneath the dirt right here, underneath my walkway, down here in my pond. So that goes into my pond about 6 feet, and that goes to the bottom of my pond, remember, opposite of the bog filter. That sucks up water from the pond, goes to right here. So this is your inlet side. Right here, it's just a basket. They call it like a leaf basket. It just tries to collect large debris or leaves that got sucked in from the inlet before it goes into the main water pump, so it doesn't destroy the pump. Also, what I learned is have a leaf guard on the inlet side of your PVC. Things kept on getting sucking in there, going into this leaf basket. So you know what? I put just another leaf guard on the end of my inlet pipe, and that helped prevent fish from getting in there, large debris, so this didn't just suck it in and the fish were in here. So definitely do that. No filter, but just a leaf guard. And you could take this out and clean it every month or two. I probably do it every few months. And all you do is twist this off. You turn off the pump, you twist this off, you take off that leaf guard, and then you could just hose it or wire brush it and then put it back in. It stays honestly pretty clean. So that's how you kind of clean that. This is flexible PVC. So all of this is connected by flexible PVC. I had to get it online. This is great because it's less connections, less twists, better volume pressure of the water, so it's not all these 90s and 45s. All these 90s, it loses water pressure when you got all these turns. So this just kind of flex it around and bends it around. I love it. So the water goes in here, pumps it out. This is my outlet right here. This pumps it out, and this goes underground, go all along here underground, alongside the waterfall rock, and up to my bog filter. I connect this flexible PVC pipe to my bog filter, hardline PVC pipes, and having that water just filter and flood that bog filter, just giving all those nutrients to those plants so that fish and plant waste goes in my pump filter, goes in the bog, it cleans it down, and that gets more here and just keeps on circling, a natural effect. And it's a beautiful, beautiful system. Okay, so another thing I want to mention is, probably I'll get a lot of disagreement on this, but a lot of people say to run your pump 24 hours a day, and I personally don't. I did that for a month and then I stopped after that first month. I turn it off, so it depends on the time of year. So the summer, I usually run it 14, 15 hours a day, but in the winter, probably more like 11 to 12 hours a day. And I literally have the pump set up on a timer that I got, I think, from Harbor Freight for literally $3 or $4, and it's been great. So I don't have to click it on and off or unplug it every day, plug it in, all that stuff. It's annoying, right? So I just have it on a timer. So I pretty much have it when there's sunlight out. So before the sun comes up and maybe a little after the sun goes down, that's when I have my pump cycle. You don't need to worry about the pond plants keep on cycling that water. There's still some water in that pea gravel throughout the night to water those plants. So if you'd like, share and subscribe, and check out the next videos. United Ranch out.